What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well on the screen. You will see all of my socials. If you give those a follow for me, I would greatly appreciate it. So ensure that you are subscribed, that you've got your notifications turned on. Any comments that you want to make, feel free. Leave them in the comment section down below. Also, as well, we are on all of your podcast apps. So Spotify and also Apple Podcasts as well. Just search the Leeds Therapy. You'll find us there if you just want to listen to my, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, dulcet tones. And if you could give it a rating as well for me, that also would be appreciated. So today's video is discussing our game against Fulham, the team that we owe because of the most ludicrous own goal 'twas ever to be scored by Goodmanson when we played them down at Craven Cottage. So obviously playing at Ellen Road, 3 p.m. kickoff. What the hell is one of them? And this video is just the usual kind of information that I go through, just pitting the two teams against each other and just giving the various bits and pieces of information that you might want to know, just to hopefully, fingers crossed, make you a little more informed with regards to what's potentially going on. So the first thing that we're going to look at, we'll have a quick look at injuries and players that are out. So for Fulham, they've got Muniz out, who is injured. Chukwueze's Africa Cup of Nations, Alex Iwobi's Africa Cup of Nations, Bassi, I think, is still at the Africa Cup of Nations as well. You've got Joshua King out injured. You've got Kenny Tete, he is also out injured. Conversely, for Leeds, it is looking a lot healthier. The only player we have out is Dan James. Everybody else is fit, healthy, ready to go. So we're being told. So Dan James is the only one that's looking like it's out. So it's looking likely now that we're getting back to having that fully fit squad again, and not so many people on the treatment table getting their, I don't know, adductors worked on or whatever. Bornau was a slight probability of not being able to be there, but it looks like he's absolutely fine now, so no issues with him. So again, full squad, all sounding good. And with the addition of Buonorte as well, he's going to come in there. Jack Harrison is now left. He's now gone. So he will probably be filling his slot on the bench. Looking at it from pre-match standings point of view, we've got Fulham sitting in 9th. Leeds United are currently sitting in 16th, 1 point above Forest. We are on 22 points. Fulham are on 31. Fulham have won 3, drawn 2 in their last 5. We have won 1, drawn 3, lost 1 in our last 5. On form, that has us currently sitting, I think, 8th in the table. And also as well, from an XG point of view, we are underperforming our XG. If we get more clinical in front of goal, we're actually on for an 11th place finish, according to statistics. Make of that what you will. From a Sofa score point of view, Fulham are on 6.81. We're on 6.73 overall. So firmly in the yellow/orange bracket of capability. From a point of view of the insights, we've scored in 9 of our last 10 Premier League matches. We sit 16th, but rank 11th, just mentioned it, in the XG table. We're underperforming by 7.7 expected goals. A lot of that is from the start of the year as well, I think. Ellen Road has seen 3+ goals in 5 of the last 6 home league matches. Fulham beat Chelsea 2-1 and drew 2-2 with Liverpool in their last 4 Premier League matches. Fulham are unbeaten in their last 12 Premier League games against promoted sides. Harry Wilson has 10 goal involvements since November, trailing only Haaland and Thiago. And Fulham scored in each of their last 10 Premier League matches. So, you know what you got to do, Ellen Road, and it's 3 o'clock, so there's no excuses. So some of you should be quite suitably lubricated for that game and should be able to make a lot of noise, one would hope. So I mentioned it, the average Sofa score rating for Leeds is 6.73. Matches-wise, it's 21 matches, 29 goals scored. We average a number of 1.4 goals per game. We've conceded 37. Clean sheets is 3. 13 assists, and we average out on 45.6 possession. For Fulham, same amount of matches. They've scored 30 goals. Goals per game is 1.4, the same as us. They've conceded 30 goals as well. 5 clean sheets all season, 19 assists, and an average possession rate of 51.2% possession. Standings tracker. So this just gives, like I said, this gives that little indication of where they're sitting in the league, what they're doing, and how everything's going against sort of where we are and what's going on. Up until around about week 14, we were all tracking sort of quite nicely in and around. Fulham and Leeds were very much on a similar sort of run. And then from week 14 onwards, Fulham have just been on kind of an upwards trajectory. It's a really tough word for me to say. Whereas we've gone up a little bit and we seem to have plateaued and flatlined a little bit more, whilst Fulham have been able to move about. Fulham haven't been massively convincing in the wins that they've had or some of the games that they've played. However, with that being said, Harry Wilson has been an absolute... I mean, it stands to reason, doesn't it, that Harry Wilson would turn around and be an absolute superstar for them when we nearly bought him in the summer. So that brings into play this, and he'd be involved a little bit, Harry Wilson, actually. So top scorers-wise, we're looking at, for us, it's Calvert-Lewin, foot mob rating of 6.89, 9 goals, 7.94 XG, 1 assist, 19 matches played. He's outperforming his XG, I believe. And then for Harry Wilson, he's on 7.25. Sorry, just dropped my pen. He's on 7.25, XG of 3.76. Assists 4 and matches played is 20 overall. And then, as I like to do, is the featured player side of things. So this is basically from the last game that was played, the 2 best players from the last game that was played, and then being sort of placed together and seeing how this is. Now, Harry Wilson had a very good game last time around. He's sitting on a SOFA score rating of 9.2. Nonto is a 7.9, so in and around the 8th. But it just gives you an idea of where they're sitting at the moment from an attacking, technical, tactical, defensive and creative point of view. It is really funny that people that play in the same or similar positions, their maps tend to be quite similar in terms of where they are. There's not a huge difference between them. Attacking wise, it's 59 to 70, technical 54 to 65, tactical 41 to 52, defensive 36 to 44, and creativity is 55 to 70. So it's small measures that are making the difference there, but it's just I just really like that graphic because it's just really interesting for me. Top rated players. So for us, it's Stack, Longstaff, who is back now as well, so he can be included easily. Ethan Ampadu, Brendan Aronson, and Jacobiol. The Brendan Aronson arc is just unbelievable at the moment, and long may that continue. And Jacobiol is just an absolute Rolls Royce of, for me, Rolls Royce of a defender. For Fulham, their top rated players, you've got Harry Wilson is their top rated player. Joachim Anderson, Alex Iwobi, Kenny Tete, and Bernd Leno are their top 5 rated players overall. Then from a point of view of attacking wise, obviously this is the second time that we've played them this season, so there's a little bit more meat on the bone with these now. So, as I said previously, average of 1.4 goals per game. They've 1 out of 1 penalty goal scored, 0 out of 4 free kicks, 21 goals inside the box from 168 shots, 6 goals from outside of the box with 83 shots, 12 left-footed, 9 right-footed, 6 headed goals, 1.5 big chances per game, about 1 big chance per game missed, normally 12 shots per game. Shots on target is about 3.8, shots off target is 4, block shots per game is 4, successful dribbles 6.5, corners per game 4.5, free kicks per game 9.3. They've hit the woodwork 5 times. Counter-attack wise has been 18 overall. Passing wise, possession 51.2, 396 accurate passes. That's an 83.8% success rate. In their own half is 221, so that's 90.4. And in their opposition half is 175, so that's 76.8. So, sit back kind of team, that says to me. Accurate long balls is 50.8% with 18.5, and accurate crosses is 26% with 4.7. Excuse me, windy pops again. Defending-wise, 5 clean sheets. They concede 1.4 goals per game, 17 tackles per game, 8 interceptions per game, about 30 clearances per game, 2.5 saves per game, 45 ball recoveries per game, 9 errors leading to shots. 6 of those errors have led to goals. 3 penalties committed. They've only conceded 2 penalty goals, 2 clearances off the line, and 3 last man tackles. From the others' point of view, duels won per game is 46.6, which is a 50% success rate. Ground duels won is 32.8, which is a 51% success rate. Aerial duels run is 13.8, which is a 47.7% success rate. They lose possession per game 126 times, 20 throw-ins per game, 8 goal kicks per game, 2 offsides per game, 11 fouls per game, 2.1 yellow cards and 0 red cards so far this season. In terms of their kind of starting 11, if you like, it's a 3-2-4-1 formation that they've been playing. Oh, no, sorry, I've read that completely backwards because I'm an idiot. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation that they've been playing. So that is Leno in goal. Then you've got Robinson, Cuenca, if I pronounce that right, Anderson, and Castagne is the back four. You've then got Berger and Lukic sat in the middle two. You've then got Kevin, Neil Smith-Rowe and Wilson as the forward three, and then Jimenez up front as the sort of the lone striker playing in front of that attacking forward line. For us, it's going to be interesting to see what Farke does, because I don't see him putting Facundo in straight away. I just don't see that happening. He will be on the bench, I think. I think he will get some game time tomorrow. Defence-wise, I think the defence just speaks for itself. It will be Struijk, it will be Bierhol, and it will be Rodon. It'll be Goodmanson on the left-hand side as the left wing-back. There'll be an argument to be had as to whether or not you have James Justin or if you have Bogle. In the middle of the field, I suspect he will go with Ampadu, he'll go with Stack, and he will go with Aronson in the middle of the park. I think that's what he'll do. And then up top, it'll be more than likely Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Okafor will be going up front. That's kind of how I see it moving, or how I see it going forwards. There's a little bit of flexibility that can go into that as well in terms of players and switching and moving formation and everything, stuff like that. The big question is going to be over the keeper. There's been a couple of things said in press conferences so far over the last few days about searching for perfection, searching for, not letting goals in, not conceding, etc., so on and so forth, and not making mistakes. I have a sneaking suspicion, and again, I could be completely wrong, but you see the man that's there on your screen. I have a feeling that Darlow might start against Fulham. Just a little thought. That's going to do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure that you subscribed. Please make sure your notifications are turned on. Any comments that you want to make, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Any disagreements, let me know. Absolutely fine. And like I said, if you're listening on audio, if you could also give a like rating on that for me, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll be in a decent mood. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself, please. That's really important. Thank you for your time, as ever. Muchos gracias. See you soon. Cheers.